Hello, everyone. That caught me off guard. I wasn't quite smiling yet. Welcome to week number 8. I want to talk about a couple things to look forward to this week. Kind of a couple ideas that I want you to pay attention to as you're reading, watching, and clicking around stuff. I have a GIF of Judge Judy in 8.1 that's going to open on my screen right now. That's slightly distracting, so I've got to cover it up, or I was looking at it. Anyway, so let's talk about what's in the week ahead. This week, we're talking a lot about robots, and I do want you to keep an open mind about that, because the example that we're looking at, the Sophia bot, is slightly creepy, not gonna lie. But I do want you to just kind of think about how these developments will change, will affect our interactions with with machines in the future. And how our daily lives will be affected by it, for better and for worse. So really do think kind of from an academic perspective of what this means for us as individuals. So a couple questions I want you to consider as we're going through the readings and stuff this week are, what's the current state of robots and AI? Are these examples more creepy than useful? And then in what ways could robots and AI be more creepy, or be more useful than creepy? So kind of tossing on that creepy idea a little bit, but I do want you to interrogate those ideas. They do kind of throw us off or startle us in a sense, as you'll notice in these examples. There are plenty of examples of these. You know, there was an art installation, maybe 10, 15 years ago, where somebody had created, I think it was a flower pot that actually, I know that sounds strange, had like these heads in it, but that would interact with museum patrons. In a very similar way that Sophia does, or in a more local level, in a very similar way that Cortana or Alexa or Siri, anything along those lines. Like, I think the moment, and this might be something that you want to consider in terms of your questions and answers, or even as you move towards your next synthesis in the next couple weeks, but that we think about embodiment. Right, so we interact with these robots all the time. Like, if you've ever asked Siri a question, or if you have an Alexa device, like if you have an Echo or something like that, or Cortana, depending on, if you have a Microsoft product, we ask questions of them frequently, like, oh, hey, what's the weather going to be like? Or, hey, set a reminder for me for tomorrow for whatever. We do this frequently, and then it responds to us. It has a voice, a very pleasant voice usually, right? Sometimes you can, if you have ways, you can change that voice, you can interact with it differently. But the moment we put a body to it, right, we make it look like a person, that we take it away from that instance of just being a voice, and we actually make it look like a person to almost imitate a human, that's where that shift occurs. And so I really want you to interrogate some of those ideas. Like, why is it that we're okay with it just being a voice, but then when it becomes embodied, that's the moment that it becomes a little bit too close for comfort, right? So I want you to think about those ideas. If you've ever seen the movie Her, this came out several years ago with, I think it was Joaquin Phoenix, right? He kind of forms a relationship, in a sense, with the voice behind some products, and I'm not going to give away the ending for that, but there is a startling revelation there that's really interesting. There's that kind of, if you've seen that movie, that kind of speaks to some of the ideas that we're talking about this week as well. So kind of keep those in mind. Let's take a look at some of the work that we have ahead of us. So you have our weekly update, which hopefully you are currently watching, and I noticed that a few of you are only watching these. I think 5 of you watched this last week, so thank you for that. You know who you are. But I do want to, encourage you. I would say encourage you if you're not watching them, but if you're not watching them, you're not going to get this encouragement. Gotta sneeze. Hold on. Whew. Wait for it. Okay. Do I have to sneeze again? No? Okay. We're good. Okay. I thought I was going to sneeze again, but it is not a sneeze attack moment. All right. So then I'm going to talk about your video, not your video, I'm going to make another video that you have to watch. It's going to be about the anthology project. And so we'll talk about that in the next video. That's your final assignment for the semester. So hopefully that video will help you understand that a little bit better. Then you have, what's next? I'm clicking through the module here. So I want you to click around and learn about the Sophia bot. There's a website there, sophiabot.com. And I say it's not creepy, but I do want you to just kind of click around and see what it's all about. You've done that before with a couple other things. Just familiarize yourself with it. And then I have two different articles here. Facebook's head of AI really hates Sophia the robot, and with good reason. And then the complicated truth about Sophia the robot, an almost human robot or PR stunt. Then after that, you have two more videos. These ones are very short. I mean, it's going to take you less than 5 minutes to watch these, or maybe a little over 5 minutes. We talked to Sophia. This one just brings in about 3.5 minutes. And then finally, a Japanese hotel run by robots. And then you're going to close up the week with your questions and answers, which I do want to give you kudos as are getting stronger. And so that's really what I want to see. I want to see more of an emphasis on really tying it back to our reading and viewing. I really want to see not only in the questions that you create, but also in the answers. I want to see much more depth. So keep, challenging yourself. We're at the halfway point already, so I really want you to engage with the text material a little bit more. I'm going to start grading a little more harshly in terms of how well you interact with the course material itself, because that's really important. That's the purpose of this assignment. That's really all I have to talk about today. I'm still trying to catch up on that grading. I'm going to start busting out some synthesis essays today. Your interview essays have been graded. I'm almost caught up on the questions and answers. I still have to grade current events, so I've got a lot of work ahead of me. But you guys are doing a lot of good work, so it's taking me a little more time than I thought it would. But I'm getting there, so I appreciate your patience. So I'll see you in the next video in just another minute. Bye.